Hello and welcome to the Pickup WNBA podcast. I'm your host, Cathryn. This is episode 135. And I know right away you're thinking, where's Freddie? Where did Freddie go? Well, don't worry. Freddie is actually at the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal this week. So give it up for him. He's doing some stuff with roast battles there. Can't wait to hear about it next week. But right now we have a very, very special guest for you. She does the play-by-play for the NSL. She does sideline reporting for TSN. Will hopefully be more involved with the Toronto Tempo. Just saying, just putting it out there in the universe. Friend to the pod, it's Ashley Docking.
Yay!
How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me. It's been like over a year since we spoke, and I
know.
That personally,
Do you take it personally?
No.
Oh, I'm like, you've been so busy. Like, I feel like
I know. I don't take it personally, but I'm happy to be back. Every time I get a message from you, I'm like, yes, whatever you need. Yes.
Thank you so much. You're one of like my favorite people in sports. So it's always so fun to chat with you. Well, there's a lot of W stuff we want to get into. First of all, you were actually at All-Star Weekend this week. It looked like an absolute blast. Sorry, I got tongue tied there. I think it was like truly a 10 out of 10 home run in terms of content for the league. Like, it was just absolutely phenomenal. Tell me, like, from your lens, what was the experience like being in Indiana?
So just for some context, it's my fourth All-Star. 3 previous ones have been MNBA. So this is my first WNBA All-Star. And the vibe was just so different. I don't know how to explain it. I think people wouldn't necessarily be surprised to know that at an MNBA All-Star, there's like a lot of faces, a lot of clout chasers, a lot of people. Oh, I know this person. Oh, I'm on this person's list. Oh, this person said da 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 da. So because of the volume of people, I think sometimes it can bring out the best of you and then the worst of you. And there's also like the culture of like the dynamic between men and women and like pretty women and rich men and like everything that entails, which like I don't have any problem with that. Like, do what you need to do. You like it, I love it. But at the WNBA, it's a lot more women, so the energy is a lot different. And honestly, it was like the best house party that you've ever been to, and you only knew 5% of the people, but everyone was super friendly. Everyone was having a blast. And it just felt like a really inclusive environment, which is good because sometimes things that claim to be inclusive aren't actually that in the light of day. Even though we certainly weren't out in the light of day, it was very much like after dark. But I would say to round it up, it's as advertised. It's what you see is actually what you're getting when you're there.
Right. Well, we love to hear that it is as advertised. So like, were you fully at the parties with all the girls, all the players?
Yeah.
Did you get to have like a Stud Budz moment?
Actually, we did. So I was there with Savannah Hamilton, and I don't know if I told you, but Sav and I are bringing back our podcast, Cinderella Stories with Ash and Sav. So we did a little trial, if you will, soft launch during Women's March Madness, and we covered the tournament for 5 weeks. We decided to bring it back. It's launching this week. And we're covering women's sports as a whole, not just hoops. So we're going to be doing everything. So Sav got invited by Maybelline and WNBA Canada to go to All-Star. She brought me as her +1. So like, as per my original comment, I was a first-time WAG also. So I love that. We're sitting courtside. We're going to different events.
Wow.
We're blown out. Like, yes, I love every second of it. And I didn't have to put out. So it was like 10 out of 10, no notes, right? So
Did you get any Maybelline products?
Yeah, we got some Maybelline products. We went to like a Fenty gifting suite. Unrivaled had a cafe activation in the morning, and they were partnered with Sephora. So we got like a little Sephora goodie gift bag.
Sephora is really getting involved, eh? Like
Sephora
more.
is in the mix. Like they're putting their money where their mouth is. But in terms of the Stud Budz, when we left the All-Star Skills Comp, I think, they were coming down like the sideline by where we were sitting. And I believe Sav was certainly on the stream. They clocked her. They're like, oh, fine shit. Da, 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 da. They had her on for a little bit because Chelsea Light, right?
Yeah.
She messaged us. She's like, Sav, you were just on Stud Budz. I was like in the corner. I'm just like, oh, like gassing her up, like, go Sav, go Sav. But like Sav was definitely on the stream. So Cinderella Stories was on Stud Budz for sure. Those two girls were agents of chaos in the best way. And I think that was just one of the funniest things over the entire weekend because, first of all, who has the cojones to live stream for that long?
I know.
And say whatever it is that you're going to say. It's like you can only have the mask on for so long. And I mean, theirs was ajar to begin with, but they're fully authentic anyway.
The mask was barely there.
Yeah, like the mask was like the Clark Kent glasses. Like, you sure you don't know that Superman? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, they were amazing. They were all over the place. And I think that when you talk about like a win for the league, like Court and T just being able to give you like the player's perspective from behind the scenes is not something that we've ever seen really in professional sports to that degree.
I completely agree. Also, Chelsea was on this podcast, like, I want to say just a bit over a month ago, and she like introduced me to Stud Budz.
Oh, okay.
So that was like when I first heard of it, but then immediately after that, I just started seeing it everywhere on my social media. So she was like really early on it, and I guess I would have caught on eventually, but
they're funny. They're
very funny.
What was the one interview that put me on? I forget who it was that they were interviewing. And the line is like, oh, who'd you beat? Or who'd you like? Oh, you lost to Dallas? And then it was just silence.
Oh, that was Dejanay Carrington.
Yeah. And she's like, yep.
Well, she's on Dallas, and then they had only won one game so far, and they were like, who'd you beat? And then they were like, Chicago, and she was just like,
Chicago,
no.
And she's like, yeah. She's like,
no, it was Connecticut.
And then
they're like, oh, well, that's good.
I could see that. Yeah. She's like, oh, you lost to Chicago? Like, extra shade. Yeah. Yeah.
I think Chicago social media did something like with that too. Like, oh, you
after
beat
the fact,
Chicago.
they came back and beat them.
Yeah. So then, they did a little clap back with it.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I wanted to ask you, from the weekend, did you have a favorite Stud Budz highlight? I have I mean, there were some really good ones. I have 2 or maybe 3 that are like, to me, top 3.
Okay, you go with your top 3.
Okay, so top 3, number 3, the Lynx girl singing Pink Pony Club.
So cute.
That's number 3. Number 2 is them dancing with Kathy Engelbert.
Yeah.
And number 1 was Courtney Williams asking Diplo to stop playing EDM music.
No, because why was that actually so funny? Because she didn't give a shit. She's like,
and people were like, does she know who Diplo is? Did she recognize him? Like, we didn't.
The answer is no.
But I don't think I would recognize Diplo to see him. Like, I know the name, I know the songs, but he isn't like visually a super famous person, like an actor or something. You know what I mean?
No, and DJs are tough because like when you're seeing DJs like Diplo, maybe sometimes you're like, you've had some drinks, maybe you're rolling a little bit.
Yeah, like there's like, a lot of famous DJs that I wouldn't.
That's over there.
Yeah, that I wouldn't necessarily recognize. But just for her to be like, can you actually make this party happen?
Can you actually play some good fucking music, please?
I love it so much because I have like a group of college friends. Shout out to Johanna in particular, who were like, whenever we go dancing, which is less and less as we get older, but whenever we go dancing, we will completely shift our body language entirely based on whether we like the song or not. And we are not shy about it. We're not shy about it. It's like, do we like the song? Do we not like this song? She's like Courtney, like she will go up to the DJ and be like, listen, this is how it's got to go down.
DJs don't take requests anymore. Have you noticed this?
No,
DJs are very, I've seen it a lot on social media, especially in Toronto. No requests.
No.
We have our set, we're playing what we want to play. I don't care what you want to hear. And they actually consider it very, very annoying and quite frankly, like infringing on their 13th Amendment. I don't know what amendment that is. We don't have this in Canada. But they're infringing on amendments if you do ask them, in fact, to play something that you want to play.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what the 13th Amendment is.
No, I need to check right now. I'm scared. Please don't let it be anything crazy.
So we're Canadians.
Oh
don't
God.
hate
Okay.
us.
Well, the 13th Amendment abolished slavery and involuntary servitude. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a really important one. Maybe we leave that untouched. But yeah, I thought that was so funny.
Maybe I don't compare DJs not playing my request to the 13th Amendment going forward.
But yeah. But we understood that. We understood. We understood.
We love a learning moment. We love a learning moment.
We knew what you meant. But I don't like this about DJs that they're not taking requests.
They're very much, they have their playlist and they're just going with it. So it's giving like manufactured, it's giving playlist.
But also to me, like curating a playlist, like, yeah, you got to know a lot of music and stuff, but I don't know.
You also have to read the room.
You got to read the room. You got to be in the moment. You and your friends
are doing the Lord's work by just standing there and protest like the woman emoji. Just
thank you.
Stiff as a board.
until the right song comes on, and then we just become like the salsa girl or something, and we're just living in between those two moments. You got to read to me, being able to read the room and adjust is a much greater talent than just being at home creating a playlist and then playing it.
1,000,000,000%.
Okay. Back to W stuff.
My style. Let me. So my favorite Stud Budz moment, excuse me. I had two. So I love all the ones that you're talking about. They had Kathy dancing, but they also had their head coach,
Cheryl Reeve. Yes.
Cheryl Reeve dancing as well. And I loved that the next day she's like, it was AI. It was a deep fake.
That wasn't me.
You can't believe everything you see online these days. And she did it so deadpan and so very serious.
So good.
It was so good. And that's the one thing that I love about the W just in general, is that they're not afraid to let their personality shine through. And I think that takes a lot of courage, especially in an ecosystem of sport where these women get just maliciously dragged no matter what they do. And they seem to have come to a point for the most part where they're like, well, screw it, I'm getting dragged if I do or I don't, so I might as well just be myself, and hopefully it finds the right people. And then I don't know about a favorite moment, but an insane moment was when they were talking to Megan Rapinoe.
Oh, I don't know if I saw this one.
I'm pretty sure they're asking her if she ever wore like a strap on.
You don't have to answer, but did she answer the question?
I think she had not. And Courtney was like, what do you mean?
What are you doing?
You're not even living. Like, you and Sue got to step it up. And it's like, even to think about, like, it's just a lot of information. But that's like incredible. What you get from being on like a live stream 24/7.
Yeah, for 72 hours. And then, I mean, to me, like, All-Star Weekend itself was fantastic. I loved watching all the events. I loved watching the game. For me, an All-Star game doesn't necessarily need to be ultra competitive. Like, I feel like that's a narrative that needs to kind of die down a bit. It's like, we're just here to celebrate the sport. Let's make it fun. Let's make it for kids even. Like, let's just have a good time. Okay. And I want to see everyone just jack up crazy threes and stuff like that. Like, I feel like this is what All-Stars meant to be.
Well, they also added the 4-point shot, right? So
how did you feel about that?
Loved it.
I loved it too.
Why not?
I know some of the shots were like obviously very forced, but of course they're going to be forced. That's kind of the point, I feel. Hurt. Exactly.
No one's trying to get hurt. And it actually kind of pisses me off when people talk about the women's game versus the men's game in terms of like, oh, this game wasn't even close. Team Clark got blown out. Like, well, yeah, they did. Their captain, and who goddamn is like Caitlin Clark, wasn't playing. So of course it's going to tip the scales to a degree. But the score in the last All-Star game 2024, I guess that was 2 games ago. But
what do you mean?
What year is it right now? 2020. Anyway, okay. So the All-Star and Indy for the WNBA, the score was 211 to 186, which is also not close.
No.
That's not what All-Star games are for. And like, no one's trying to get hurt. No one's trying to affect like their paycheck. Now the WNBA is forced to play this play-in tournament that like, they don't want to play in that. You can't convince me they want to play in that. So I agree, and,
Right.
like, I saw a lot of people giving slack to, like, Stewie and Kiki for Stewie passing her the ball to hit a 4-point shot, and they're like, "This is rigged, this is betting, this is gambling, this is how you know that they're cheating, trying to
What?
take the under," and it's like, context is so important these days because earlier in the game, Kiki Iriafen took a 4-point shot and she airballed it, she absolutely skied it, she looked at
Yeah,
the
she
coach
did.
like, "I'm so embarrassed, I'm mortified, ah!" So then at the end of the game, Team Collier is already gonna win, and Stewie sees her there, gives her the ball and says, "Take another one," heaves it for 4, scores, and it's just like a funny, hilarious, like, full circle moment, callback, if you will, and, like, what else are we doing? Like, it's not that. I don't know.
No, I this is proof that I've just really, like, have successfully taken myself out of so much of the noise because I didn't even know that was a dialogue. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a cute redeeming moment, but also too, it's like, A, it's an all-star game, who cares? B, it's like this league is really good to the rookies
Mhm.
in a way that I just think maybe if you're not in the know, you just don't recognize that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way like the Yukon Husky girls are always sticking together, right? Like the South Carolina girls always stick together. I feel like Sabrina said she was going to give some of her winnings to
Citron.
Yeah, to Sonia Citron because
Mhm.
she's like, I just know how hard this is to do. And it's like there's a real sisterhood in this league, and I feel like everyone is friends at the end of the day. They take care of one another. Nobody's out to get anybody. You know, the pettiness is not with amongst themselves, if ever. You know what I mean? Like it's just not that kind of league. So maybe people, I feel like people have a lot of opinions. They don't watch the games. You know what I mean? Like they might see a couple highlights at best, and then they're just drawing these insane conclusions. And I feel like, I don't know, like people have figured out how to rage bait the W, which is something I
Yeah.
didn't think would happen, but that's where we're at. And like, that's cute and all if that's how you want to waste your energy. But real ones know, and that's that.
It's been interesting because, quite frankly, like, I didn't watch as much W as I would have liked to simply because women's sports doesn't really pay my rent in Canada. Quite frankly, like,
Which
my
will
beat
hopefully
which will
change.
hopefully change, yeah, with the Toronto Temple coming to
It
town.
doesn't pay my rent either, for what that's worth. Yeah.
I mean, I want it for both of us. It doesn't make me feel
Mhm.
better, but it's like I've been covering a lot of men's sports for as long as I've been a broadcaster, specifically in Canada, and so I've been watching more W now than I ever have, which I'm thrilled about. But it's so like aggressive. It's so physical. It actually surprised me that every night there's like some kind of altercation. And personally, they're better women than me because I unfortunately would hold a grudge. I I unfortunately would be like, "Remember in
Well,
2022 when I went to the basket? When the game was out of hand and you fouled me when you could have let me hit a left-handed layup in front of my home
first
crowd?"
of all, that's you should have a rap career for that. You know what I mean? Like have a rap career for that. And then
For my long-standing beef.
yeah, yeah, where you can just like really let all that out. Also, for our listeners, you have like a football background, like American football
Yeah, 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 I
that
played
you
football.
play. So I feel like that's also a different energy.
Well, I played basketball in college and soccer. I was, like, all Canadian in both sports, no big deal. But yes, I did
Ooh.
transfer but yeah, I did transfer that energy to flag football, 5v5, which is gonna be actually an Olympic sport for the first time in LA 2028. They're doing
Oh,
it.
congrats. I didn't know this.
Yeah, it's so
Congrats to your sport.
exciting. Thank you. Congrats to me and my people. I feel like I'm maybe
Ooh.
one of the only or first, like, legacy football players, if I can say that, because my
Mhm.
mom played on Team Canada. She won world championships in flag football when I was a kid. So that's how I got introduced to it. But yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot more opportunity to cover women's sports going forward, just in general, which we love to see. And to your point about the rage baiters that you made just a little while ago, go ahead and waste your energy because honestly, the money is the money and it speaks volumes and there's nothing but cash getting injected into the WNBA and I fear it's only getting started.
Yeah. Completely agree. Just quickly to clarify, are you going to be playing or attempting to play in these upcoming Olympics? No, your career, that part of your career is done.
I
Are you
play
gonna be
now.
are you gonna be involved like in a coaching capacity or something like that?
So there was a series of ID camps across Canada, maybe in like June ish, maybe a little bit before June.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go to the tryout just because like I feel like I would have regretted it if I didn't, but I didn't have I didn't think that I was going to make the team, to be honest with you. And the way that the talent concentration of flag football is built is there's a lot of it in Montreal and Quebec. They've been playing this
Mm.
style for about 5 to 8 years longer than anyone else across the country. So the Canadian national team they selected 50 women to go and do a training camp. And then from that pool, they selected 25 to be like on their roster in like 2 teams, if you will, and to keep picking players from the pool to compete. So they went to LA and they did a series of friendlies with the US, Italy, Germany, Japan, I believe. And the Canadian women did quite well. I think they won every game except they lost to the US late in the game. But then they're going to, I think, Japan for a tournament in September. And like they play all over the world like a couple times a year. So that group will be building up to the Olympics.
Wow.
And I'm hoping to call it actually.
Yes.
I want to call the Olympics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be there. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
I mean,
Okay.
who else?
All
If
right.
not me?
We're doing a lot of manifesting today. It's good.
I know, right? I need to
It's
light a
good.
candle.
Yeah, it's sunny out. It's like perfect weather here. We just got to manifest more and
If you're
more.
listening, just get your crystals, put
Yeah,
some energy into it for us.
all that good stuff. But yeah, I mean, before we got on this beautiful tangent, I want to talk about the t-shirts.
Yes,
We
pay
got to talk
us.
about the t-shirts. Pay us what you owe us. It's a t-shirt that all the players wore in their warm-ups prior to the All-Star game. People have had varying thoughts about this t-shirt, everywhere from like, yeah, duh, pay them,
Yeah.
to they don't get paid. What? How much does Caitlin Clark get paid? What? They don't make money. Well, and then people being like, actually, this is how economics work, and just like, oh my god, the madness of it all.
I know.
Personally, I feel like this was a great moment of solidarity for all the players. I don't personally consider the t-shirt controversial, but that's because I think it's just really obvious where we're at and what they are due. But these negotiations seem to be not going well so far, which I earlier in the year I was more optimistic because I was just like, well, there's just so much more money in this league. Like it just the timing of this just makes sense. And I just feel like, there's all these billionaires in the league now who want to invest. But I guess, who, in your opinion, before I get into my opinion,
Yeah.
do you think is like really holding these negotiations back?
I mean, I don't want to necessarily frame it in that way and not to like nitpick your words because I
No,
think
nitpick
that
them. That's totally
well, I
great.
don't want it to seem like I think anyone's doing it in bad faith because I don't think that they are. So like
Mhm.
holding it back means kind of like dragging their feet on it to me, but
Mhm.
I think the players have a lot of leverage right now. And I think they have a lot of leverage for the first time in potentially WNBA history. So
The
it's
most leverage
the
they've
most
had, I
leverage
think,
they've
is
ever
accurate.
had.
Yeah.
The money has never been bigger. The stars have never been richer because of NIL coming into the league. So they've never had less to lose for the most part. Of course, there are some of like those middling players that are in a little bit of a different situation that unfortunately I feel like are going to feel this squeeze a little bit more than like the young girls coming in who had NIL
Mhm.
money and then the older women who have been getting contracts that are decent for playing the game that they love.
Mhm.
Not that it couldn't be more or shouldn't be more, but they're not in a position where like a few months off work is going to kill them kind of thing, right? The players, so just for context, and I know that you know this, the players are fighting over the fact that they only get 9%, 9.3% of the revenue share from the league before you take away all the accounting numbers and get to the gross profit or whatever it is. The revenue number stands alone. And all of these other very popular men's leagues, the players get upwards to 40-50% of the revenue share before it goes to what the losses that are being incurred. They get paid out that from that revenue. And so, I mean, for the uneducated, and a lot of times it's like men yelling at clouds, it's like, they are not asking to be paid as much as NBA players. They're not delusional where they think the money is the same at this point. What they're asking for is a revenue share that's not getting dwarfed by every other league available. And I think that that's fair. So the players, I think they have the leverage. They're the ones that can hold things up. And why wouldn't they? And I think that owners are reluctant to do that because you don't become a billionaire by giving away 40% revenue share in a league, in a product that you've invested in. There is an argument to be made about, well, it's the first time that WNBA has been profitable. So why at this juncture would the players get money when the owners have lost so much? Well, there's also a counterpoint that says the books haven't really been shown to us.
Yep.
And the WNBA revenue stream, profit margins, all of the expenses are quite largely wrapped up. I think it's over 40%, 42 point change percent are wrapped up in wrapped up in MNBA books. The NBA teams that have partial ownership or full ownership of these WNBA teams. So those numbers aren't cut and dry about like what's actually being made, what's actually being spent. And in a growth phase from an economics perspective, when you are growing, you are investing, which means that even though your revenue might be increasing, the profit might not be there because you're putting the money back into the business right away. Right. So there's a lot of nuance surrounding it. But I would say that if I'm a player, I'm sitting there saying, hey, as long as we stick together, there's a lot of money to be lost for these organizations who haven't had profits margins like this ever. So they're going to be keen to get back to business to reap the rewards of what's been building.
Right. I mean, I think that's you've made a lot of really great points there. I also feel though that ending this conversation and having a win for the players, a win for the league, getting it settled is a good look for the league overall. And I also think investing in the players, investing in the league is an actual investment, right? Like it's not just like, I think people think of salary as just like, this is wages, this is money just going out and that's it. But I think because this is sports and these players are so visible and more money in their pockets is frankly going to enable them to invest in their own brands more, which will also shine a light on the league. Like this is part of, I think, the greater investment in the league as a whole. It's not just about a salary raise. So I think like there's a different way to look at this too. And for me, maybe this is just my relationship with money. Who knows? But I just can't fathom being a billionaire who owns a business, one of my many businesses, and then just not investing in it. It's like, what's the point of being in it if you're not going to invest in it and see it grow? Like I just feel like there's just so many things in the world you could invest in. Why would you invest in women's basketball if you're not like a fan or if you don't like enjoy it? Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like, there's some owners who have been more public about supporting their teams and others that, they're still out at the community center practicing, and it's just like you can see who they are, and it's just time, man. It's just time.
It's gonna also be more important as expansion grows for the owners to make the players feel at home more than they ever have, because when there's more teams and more roster space available, which is something that's at a premium right now, we've seen a ton of different players, get waived and you're like, whoa, what the heck? And it's like, yeah, there's just no room for them. I'm so sorry. So on top of that, once more teams come in the league, the Tempo, Portland, we just saw the Valkyrie, they just announced Detroit, for example. Like there's a ton of teams coming in the next 5 years. Players, especially a certain caliber, are going to have their choice of where they want to go, even more than they ever have. And if you don't have a team that's giving first-class resources, you're not going to get the athlete who had better access to equipment and resources at school than they do as a professional. Hello? Like, that doesn't make any sense to
That's
me.
true. It's going to create greater competition in that sense as well, where it's not just about fighting for a roster spot, period.
And everyone needs to look inside their own houses and clean it up. We saw a lot of drama coming out of Las Vegas, for example. I'm forgetting the player name right now, and I know it's going to bite me in the butt, but who was it that was, she had a kid and she was on mat leave and
Talking about De'Erica Hamby.
I am talking about De'Erica Hamby, yes. And she felt like she was like forced out and she lodged a formal complaint with the WNBA. And it's like things like that. This is a close knit group. These women, a lot of them have played with each other in college or they're alumni of
They all know each
that
other.
they've been to. They all know each other. They're all very tight knit. You can make 2 phone calls and probably find out everything you need to know about a coach, a president, an organization. So these teams, on top of the investment that you're speaking of, which makes a ton of sense to me, of course, because if your biggest asset is your employees, essentially, then make sure your employees are happy. It'll help for the business. But on top of that, you need to make sure that the organizations as a whole really believe what they're selling, because it's going to be quite transparent if it's not true.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Preach.
Okay, we usually we do like a badass player of the week, but because there was the All-Star weekend, we don't have enough like games played within a week to pick like a standout player.
I can still pick one if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I was gonna skip the segment because I didn't pick a badass player of the week because I'm like, I think I only have like 1 or 2 games to pick from.
Okay. Well, I was gonna choose someone from All-Star.
Oh, go for it.
And in that same vein, I just want to give a shout out to Miss Skylar Diggins, who is like the OG WNBA baddie, I fear. I fear she is. Like, I fear she is. All these young girls, they think they're that girl. It's actually Skylar.
No, Skylar's been that girl.
It's actually Skylar. Yeah. So she was named an All-Star again. And there's a video that actually Savannah took when we were sitting courtside, and it got picked up by Bleacher Report. It got picked up by The Score, I believe. And you can hear our gross like uncle laughs in the background, because Courtney, actually one of your favorite Stud Budz, got a rebound, and Skylar grabs, she's like, give me the fucking ball, takes it from her hands and starts dribbling up the floor. And Savannah and I are just like, huh, 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 huh. Like, so funny, so unexpected. But she was tracing that first triple-double in WNBA All-Star history, which
which she got.
Yeah, she did. But I think it was one of those moments where it was like, so I was like, Skylar Diggins, you're my All-Star, because while everyone is out here having a good time and, you know, doing it for the memes, you're out here still trying to chase history. And she's a forever competitor, which I'm always going to be obsessed with.
Yeah. And, you know, aside from just her sheer competitiveness, has been like one of the OG fashion icons of this league too.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely love Skylar. And then also too, we should mention Afisa Collier then from All-Star, because didn't she get the highest points scored in All-Star?
Yes, she
history?
did.
So multiple records being set. And that might be a trend year to year now, where we just see new records being set at All-Star just because of the sheer talent in this league now. It's great to see. Well, look at that. We had badass players of the week. I love it.
36 points for your girl and the MVP.
Thank you. Thank you. And I predicted she would win MVP of the league back in like February, and that's looking very good for me.
Okay. Did you put any money on that, or
no?
Just vibes.
No, I'm not a billionaire. I don't put money on things.
It's not a sound investment. And if I do, it's certainly not a parlay.
Yeah, no, it would not. No, I barely know how to parlay. It's fine. Okay, so usually at the end of every episode, we do a Freddie's fun question. But when Freddie isn't here, we do a Cathryn's quirky question. Let's go, CQQ. So, Ashley, I'm asking you, let's say you were to curate an all-star event. Like, I feel like you would be so good at this. So it could be either related to like an actual all-star activity, like a Saturday night, or it could just be like a party. It doesn't have to be like for broadcast.
Okay.
But let's say it's like an event around All-Star weekend.
Okay.
What type of event would you want to do?
So that's pretty easy for me, because I feel like I've been calling for it for so long, and Unrivaled finally did it. They did a 1v1 tournament.
Yes.
It's got to be 1v1. and there has to be a cash prize to bring people out of their comfort zone. I think anyone who's played basketball at all, 1v1 is a very vulnerable position to be in. There's no help side. There's no help coming. You can help. No, there's no one back there. You're yelling into the abyss. So it's like the best of the best, mano a mano. What do you got? How can you bounce back? There's always moments that make the crowd like, oh, like come to their feet kind of thing on a crossover. So I would do a 1v1 tournament on a half court. And you know, at those community centers where there's the track around the top that you walk and you can see down.
Oh, yeah.
I would have the actual party up there with like a DJ and a bar, and that music from the DJ would be playing during the 1v1 tournament. And people can look down from that POV experience.
And it's just like VIPs that get to attend.
I think you could do a courtside moment too, like around, but like it would be two separate areas to view, two different perspectives. And then I think once that 1v1 tournament is over, the players just leave the floor because there's only a few of them left anyway.
So like, is Holly Rowe in this party or is she down courtside? Like, where's Holly Rowe interviewing?
Holly could be interviewing the players.
But is she interviewing them in the party? Or is she interviewing them on the
think I would do like a LaChina Holly combo.
Okay,
like
yes.
Holly, like players that are in the 1v1 tournament. LaChina maybe CCing the Stud Budz on a live stream. It's gonna be something.
Yeah, I like this.
Or maybe Ari Chambers. Ari Chambers, excuse me. So like maybe her as well. But I think that would be it. It would be like one-on-one. The sponsors will be there. Here's the thing. The one thing that everyone loves is gifting. So once you leave the 1v1 event and you're like potentially a little bit blackout because it's gone until like 2:30 in the morning, you get an amazing knapsack. Because a tote bag, it's too much opportunity for things to fall out if you're a little buckled.
Oh, you've thought this through.
Backpack zipped up, embroidered with your initials.
Oh,
I love a monogram. And then all the league sponsored stuff just like jammed inside. So when you come home the next day and you open it in the morning, you just, like
that's
dump
really cool. And then you could get a backpack sponsor too.
Exactly. Like Henley.
Yeah.
Or JanSport.
Or Herschel.
Prada.
Oh my God. I love this. You know what? One thing we're missing as you were mentioning that, I realized, because we're talking about the broadcasters and then the party, we need a Stud Budz moment with Ryan Ruocco.
Okay.
That's what we need. Okay. I just think that would be so fun. We need to see Ryan Ruocco on the dance floor with the Stud Budz.
Were you like as like keen on tea and court before Stud Budz, or did this like really put you on to like their personalities?
No, we've been on it with them. Like, Freddie had an embarrassing moment with Courtney Williams when they were here for that preseason game.
Oh no.
So we had this whole conversation about us asking her like if she's the funniest on the team, which we know is a yes, and like stuff like that. We were going to ask her questions like that, like who does she like to crack jokes with and blah, blah, blah. And then Freddie just totally like blanked and then asked her something about being a point guard. And then she was like, I'm not a point guard, although she is, and she has embraced being a point guard more since. And then he asked her if this is the first time she's played like internationally. And I was like, Freddie, what are you doing? Of course not. And she was like, no. And it's like, well, that's our time. Thanks. Bye. And she was just she wasn't like rude about it. She was just like, okay. No. You know, like she wasn't like mean or anything like that.
The answer is no.
But it was like so bad. Like, and like I am significantly more easily embarrassed than he is. So he was more like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. That's so hilarious. And I was like,
hilarious. That's an interesting choice of words.
I was like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah, I was like, I fear I will never be back.
We absolutely need to get out of here immediately before we're never invited back again.
Wait, I want to change my event.
You want to change your event completely?
Yeah, I'm raising my hand.
Okay. Yeah, because there's more people here. Yeah, raise your hand. Yeah,
I don't know why this is my default setting. Congratulations to the Catholic school system. You worked. One thing right. Oh, wait, my turn. No, okay. So forget a basketball event. Because I feel like my mind was too like one tracked all-star competitions on the court.
No, but it was a good idea.
Thank you. But
so you can have 2 events because I don't want you to lose your first event.
This is better, I fear.
Okay.
So
you fear. It's so funny.
It's a dupe on America's Next Top Model.
Uh-huh.
We bring it back.
Uh-huh.
And we get either regular people or aspiring women's basketball players to get makeovers by contingent of WNBA players, like on a team. Like Angel Reese and Cameron Brink get a contestant.
And they give you a makeover.
And they give you a makeover. And they choose an out, like they turn you into whatever it is that they feel like.
And then you're paired with Stud Budz and they just dye your hair pink.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to.
That's your makeover.
Like, you're a part of the family now. You're getting a taper.
That would actually be so cool.
I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. And then they have to dress you. And then you have to do like some kind of photo shoot that's themed.
This is like America's Next Top Model, Drag Race.
Yeah. Like, you know how in Drag Race, when they get people to come in and they put them as part of their family, they make them like a mini. Remember when that one guy walked off? Did you see that episode of Drag Race?
I've seen every episode, but
he was like a basketball player and he got dragged out and he walked off.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a really bad look. He was almost complete. He could have just stayed. And then
loser.
It was tough. I feel like it was tough for him. He tried his best to do what he could.
Was that like the wedding one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently the story behind that was that like he cheated on his wife. And then she was like, "You're gonna do this for me," as a way to like she sent him there as a way to get back at him.
Oh, to humiliate him back.
Yeah, which is really terrible because it shouldn't be considered humiliating to like do drag.
Sure, but I'm also like, yes, girl.
But that's why he was not having a good time.
Oh, okay. Because honestly, not to be like,
this is like season 6. This is a long time ago.
Or let my prejudice come to the forefront. I was surprised to see him there. And then I was like, wow, that's really nice that he's like, breaking the mold.
No, he was not about that life at all. He's not, he's no ally.
Hence the walk off. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just felt really bad for the contestant. It's like, that sucks that like you're on this show and it's like your career and it's so important to you. And then like, this guy is there and that's who you're stuck with. But
honestly, that's kind of on the producers for not vetting him well enough.
Yes, correct. That is on the producers.
Unless they were like, this is going to be good because he's going to not do it. Or
maybe they were so, they were probably so shady.
On the salaciousness, because a reality TV show producers are not necessarily the most,
Okay, but I like this makeover idea. This is good.
I think that's what it's called. Is like, and then after you just have a baddie bash. Everyone's invited.
Baddie bash. Yeah, that's good. But the baddie bash could take place at your one-on-one game.
We could go one to the next. We could party. Yeah. That is part of All-Star Weekend. It's tiring, by the way. It's exhausting.
I can imagine. But at least it's only a weekend.
It feels like 6 days. I'm not gonna lie. I will say
I lost 3 days off my life.
I'll never get it back. I will say the coolest thing was, actually the Jordan pop-up was really dope. Like they had an art gallery at the front of the store and they had all different artists, photographers, and they had images up, picture frames. They had different living room settings. They had a shoe that's going to like drop at a certain point in a vault in a case that you like couldn't get too close to see. To me personally, it just looked like another one, but I'm also not a sneakerhead. So I was like, when you go to a museum or something and
but you couldn't see it. It's just a suitcase.
No, you could.
Oh.
But you couldn't like get too close or take a picture or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But when you're at a museum and they're like, this is a fossil that's been around since, and it just looks like a shell from the beach, and you're like, wow, I know I'm supposed to be impressed.
You're like, I can't appreciate
is it moving me? So that they had a really cool pop-up there. And then across the street, Kyrie Irving's brand Anta, they did a gifting suite. So those are the best, because those just like, you want these shoes, what size are you? You want this shirt, what size are you? Socks, what color? Like,
oh, that's cool.
Those are the ones that you want to go.
Did you spend some money at these places? No, you just were browsing. Okay, good.
No, I just did for free.
Oh, never mind. Okay, that's way better. Okay, so my idea for like a party event. So I'm thinking this would happen on the Friday during the day. I want to do like a basketball like garden party.
Okay, cute.
So it's like, I kind of took this from my NBA podcast name, which is Buckets and Tea. where it's like, you know, you get swanky, you get dressy, you know
Okay.
what I mean? Like think like Wimbledon-esque. But
Yep.
then you're
Kentucky
coming and then
Derby.
it's, you know, and then it's W themed and we're
Mhm.
day drinking and maybe there's like a basketball related thing. This
Okay.
is as far as I got.
Okay.
But I like having like a daytime dressy event that like kicks off the weekend.
Okay, so this to me is like very VIP. This is curated
Yeah.
guest list.
Yeah.
This name tags made of daisies.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
like for celebrities who want to be like seen and associated with the W, stuff like
finger
that.
sandwiches on like the three-tiered high tea
Yeah, yeah,
plate.
yeah. We got high tea
Yeah.
level, um, you know,
Oh, you know what you should
amuse
do?
bouches.
You should add like make your signature tea blend, and then it like comes in a little mesh thing that like looks like a basketball net, and then you can
Ooh.
like dunk it in your tea when you get
See,
home.
I knew you'd be good at this.
I'm always just like, what would I like to do at
I
this
knew you'd
party?
be good
Let's
at
do that.
this. Yeah.
But yeah, you could do custom tea blends, which would be really cute. Everyone
And
likes.
that could be part of the giveaway
Yeah, that could
in
be
a
what you come
backpack.
with. Mhm. Yeah, you could do,
No, this one could be a tote bag because you can't have multiple backpacks.
yeah, that's weird. One
Yeah,
on front, one
multiple
on back.
backpacks is weird. So
You're
this one
trying to
could
scam
be this can
Ryanair.
be a tote. This can be a tote.
Yeah, double backpack, you're trying to scam Ryanair
This
at.
could be a real tote though, not like a paper tote, like a real
No, like a
tote.
canvas.
Yeah,
And
this is a
also
real
you should
canvas
do
tote.
make your own fascinator. Fascinator customization would be
See,
cute.
I love this. I love pageantry. Like I've
Yeah.
never had an excuse to like really go all out with a fascinator like that. But if I did, it would be so fun.
Why do you need an excuse?
I'm supposed to just go to like no frills grocery store and my fascinator? No, I'm
There's
not
no
really.
rules.
There's no rules per se. But listen, I'm a 5'10", 215-pound woman. Like
Body.
I stand out
Yeah,
without trying.
exactly.
Like I stand out.
Exactly. You know what
So,
though?
you
You do
know?
need to get to W All-Star because Savannah, my Cinderella Stories co-host, she was saying this is like my time to shine, W All-Star, because she's a 6-foot baddie as well. And
Right.
she's wearing heels and she's still not the tallest person in the room. And
Right.
quite frankly, you would probably be like, did you used to play? Did you used to play? And
Yeah, it would be the one place I actually like really blend in.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
You know,
felt
I thought about going this year, but my puppy's too small for me to
yeah,
leave her alone for a weekend. But next year, I
that dog.
oh,
But
Zelda.
next year I'm out. Next year
Next
I'm
year,
abandoning.
she'll be good. She'll be good to be on her
Uh-huh.
own
Listen,
next
if you're
year.
gonna be an absentee mother in favor of W All-Star, just say that. It's okay. People understand.
Well, you know, I'm gonna be an absentee mother, but just not before the age of 1.
Yeah, the formative years.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be around for the formative years, like, you
Yeah,
know.
except
So she'll have some therapy in her life, but it won't be like a lifetime of therapy. You
yeah,
know what
no,
I
well,
mean?
all you need
I'll be forgiven.
yeah, all they need is the language around therapy. They don't actually need the correction, the
Oh
behavior
yeah, they just
correction.
say like boundaries and
Yeah,
trigger and like whatever. They just
yeah.
say buzzwords.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna need you to give me some grace. It's like you literally killed a man. Yeah, exactly. I need some grace. I'm really going through it.
Oh my god. Okay, we should wrap this up here. But
You need to use that clip for social, whatever it is.
yeah, you
Whatever
know,
else is fine, but
Jamie, hook it up. Shout out to
I'm
Jamie
gonna
who
shout
does
out
our
Jamie, but
social.
yeah, I am gonna need some grace for that murder. Imagine
Yeah,
inside the judge. She's like a Gen Z
I've
killer.
been going through it.
Your Honor, I've literally just been down so bad. I'm gonna need some grace when you're thinking of sentencing. Yes, I understand you have my manifesto, but I
This
was
is a
up all
skit.
night.
This is like pure SNL skit right here. That is
I think me
actually
and you need to
legit
get into
gold.
a writer's room, actually. Your
Yeah, we
podcast
do.
is great, but I think our next skit is actually gonna be what puts us on WNBA franchise
Over the edge.
partnerships
Yeah.
list.
You know, every episode we're like, Kathy, hire us. Kathy and Gilbert, we're here. Like we got stuff. We got ideas,
Kathy,
we got material. Like
Kathy.
we're bringing something I don't think anyone else is, you
How
know.
could they? Two
We're
racially
bringing a
ambiguous
vibe
girls.
to this league that I don't think exists anywhere else.
Yeah, we're just two racially ambiguous podcasters.
And Freddie as well.
And Freddie.
You'll never guess. It's fine.
All right, fine. I'll give you 2 guesses. It's like that weight thing at the circus with the carnies. It's like guess your weight.
Yeah, I always won that because I weigh a lot and I look young. So it was like, and then they never want to say you weigh a lot. So it's like, bye, give me my giant teddy bear, bitch. That's what I get. That's what I get for being a big girl with good skin. Deal with it.
Deal with it.
I gotta get something in this life.
I know that disgusting animal that you gave me definitely has fleas, but I want it anyway.
This stuffed animal has fleas.
You trust those stuffed animals? First of all, I cannot believe the way people caress and embrace those disgusting animals at fairs.
This is a hot take.
It's not that hot.
No, this is like that Subway guy takes.
Oh, I love him.
And you're just on that show holding that tiny microphone. 100%. Everyone has the tiny microphone now.
100% agree.
And you're just like, yeah. You're just like, here, like I have a little hand crank.
So what's your take?
What's your take? Everyone needs to stop caressing teddy bears from carnivals.
The carny creatures are gonna give you an infestation.
No, I'll be the guy. I'll be the guy.
With the hair on top?
Yeah, with the hair on top. 100% agree.
Obviously. That's exactly why I'm here, just to get you to agree with me. I don't have any other follow-ups. Thank you so much. It's been fun.
Oh my God. Okay. Let's actually wrap this up this time.
Wrap it up.
Ashley, thank you so much for joining me. Really have so much fun with you always. Let us know what you're up to and where our listeners can find you on the internets.
Sure. I've kind of abandoned Twitter, to be honest with you, but you can find me there at SmartAsh if you please. I'm not really doing much. Instagram's probably best at Ashley Docking. And yeah, tune in to Cinderella Stories podcast. It's dropping this week.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a positive review, leave a comment, let us know what you think. Shout out to our fantasy team. Freddie will give us the lowdown next week. I'm sure we're still losing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And give us grace during this difficult time in our fantasy league. Thank you, everyone, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.